Cochise County, and welcome to a special edition of the Michael Zehr Show. Today's date is December 30th. We're here to close out the new year 2023, or the old year 2023. We're bringing in a new year 2024 here in just a couple days. Everybody's all excited and looking forward to the New Year's. You got anything planned this year, Kathy, for New Year's?
Well, yeah, just ringing in the new year with lots of fun and hope for an awesome 2024. We're here today actually cleaning up the office, believe it or not.
Yes.
I will have a clear desk.
Yes,
on
I'm
January
shocked.
1.
I was so proud of you when I saw how
I
hard
know,
you were
right?
working, too. I mean, you were really busting your butt getting that stuff out of your...
Well, we are looking
So-
forward to a lot of good things coming this
Mhm.
year, and so we're just getting on top of things and getting ready. We've been doing a lot of strategy talks recently and
Okay.
figuring out what the new year will have. So we're looking forward to that.
So tell us, how was 2023 for the Warrior Healing Center? How did we do as a staff?
Amazing. I mean, you see it here every day. There's just such
Mhm.
a good energy here. There have been so many volunteers that have come in this year and stepped
Right.
up. It's been really, really good. Looking at the numbers for the year, we've got over 12,000 individual sign-ins to the center this year.
Wow, that's
So
good.
that's, from your days working at the front desk, when people come in to utilize the center or to see people, we ask them to sign in. Not everybody does, but the ones that do give us a good baseline for how much use the center is getting. Over 12,000 people have signed in to the
Wow.
building this year. So that's pretty impressive and shows you that, Warrior Healing Center is kind of a fixture here in Sierra Vista and we're helping a lot of folks in a lot of different ways. So that's people that come in either to get assistance or to have meetings or to attend activities, all kinds of things that are happening here at the center.
That's outstanding. And we have some more exciting stuff coming up here for 2024 as well, don't we?
Well, yeah, but we've still got more numbers to share about 2023, Mike.
I know,
we
but
had
I'm just so excited to get everything out there. It's just...
Yeah, we had over 575 veterans fill out intake forms for us this year. So when
Wow.
a veteran comes in seeking assistance of any sort, at the front desk, they ask that veteran or that veteran family member to fill out an intake form for us so that we can get their basic contact information, a little bit of information about their service in the military, and then what their needs are that they're coming in seeking assistance for. So that's what the intake form does. It gives us just that basic line of information so that we can
Right.
get started. So 575, more than that, because we haven't counted up December yet, but over 575 veterans or veteran family members have come in formally seeking assistance of some sort where they've filled out an intake form for us. So that's a big year. That's more than we had in 2022. So that's pretty impressive. And from those intake forms, we have pulled out over 1,400 formal requests for assistance
Wow.
that we've dealt with here at the center.
Could you give us an example of, like, maybe a couple of the normal requests would be that we
Yeah.
get?
Sure. So by far and away, the most that is requested is help with VA benefits and claims.
Okay.
That is by far the biggest, and that makes sense because when you look at veterans across the nation, only about a quarter of our veterans in this country have any sort of, are connected to any of the veteran benefits that they've earned.
Right.
So that is really bad news. When we struggle with things like why is veteran suicide such a huge pandemic problem? Well, we've promised military service members one thing when they sign up, and then when they are trying to make it on their own after they've separated from the military, most of them aren't connected to the benefits that they've earned. So that's a big problem, and that's where we really need to start fixing that problem. We need to connect veterans, to the benefits that they've earned and that are due to them. We need to make that easier for them to get those benefits, because there's all kinds of reasons why veterans are not connected to what they've earned, and that's the number one starting spot for fixing this veteran suicide problem. But then in addition to that, veterans have their vulnerability to veteran suicide. We need to figure out what else they need in addition to just the benefits they've earned. But why are they susceptible? Why are they vulnerable to suicide? Why are they vulnerable to lack of hope? What are they struggling with? What do we need to do to fix that? And that's really our area of expertise here at the Warrior Healing Center, because we are working with so many veterans and we are hearing the stories day in and day out, and we are helping them to overcome some of those challenges. We're seeing what steps need to be taken in order to help give them back hope. And so that's our overall approach here at the center, is figure out how to give them A, the benefits they've earned, B, what other support networks and resources do they need, and then number 3 or C, I can't remember if I was alphabetizing or numerizing here, but
Right.
The third thing we need to do is give them a team and make sure that veterans do not feel isolated while they're dealing with their struggles and their challenges. So yeah, the numbers for that, like I said, over 1,400 formalized assistance requests that we've dealt with here this year alone. And then we do all kinds of things. As you know, we've got about 30 organizations that either use office space or the conference rooms regularly in this building. There's about 60 regular activities and meetings and classes and all of those types of things that happen here on a regular basis.
And we actually have had a couple new classes added recently, because Melissa added to her Qigong class, she added, I think it's Tai Chi.
Yeah, so on Mondays, they are going to be teaching a dual class. So Melissa and Glenn teach it together, and it's the Qigong class, which is a lot about centering yourself and breathing and focus. And then they're also adding to that a Tai Chi class that'll be starting here in the new year. So that'll be fun to see as well.
The reason why I brought them up personally is because they're my interview next week.
Awesome. You're setting them up perfectly. Good job, Mike.
So I wanted to make sure and let them know that we got them covered, because I'm excited to interview them next week. It'll be very interesting to hear about the different techniques that they teach within Qigong, and what was the other one? I just said it too.
Tai Chi.
Tai Chi, thank you, yeah.
Yep.
So I'm looking forward to that next Friday.
Good deal. Yeah, there's going to be a few new different types of classes that are coming to the Warrior Healing Center this year. So there'll be things that'll help support the community at large. Right. And so we're really excited about stepping into some of that and really finding ways to tangibly help this community understand and recognize, when veterans are in trouble, and then knowing what to do under those circumstances. So we're looking forward to getting some of that information out and shared with the community, because, veteran suicide, the VA just released their annual report on veteran suicide in November. It's up. You can find it on their website. It's this long report, but basically, it's showing that the numbers are continuing to climb. And that's not surprising to us, because we understand that the answer to veteran suicide is community. It is not a problem that the government or the VA is going to be able to fix. It is going to rely on communities, because we have to know who our veterans are. We have to treat them as individuals. We have to listen and understand what they're going through. And we have to know what the resources are to plug them into, so that they're not having to struggle so much. So that's what the answer is, and that's what we're pushing here for sure.
Well, one of the things that I'm really excited about is that for a few years, I worked the front desk. And so I would talk to you and was able to transition from the front desk. So I do like veteran counseling and veteran benefits counseling, because I still do the DAV service officer thing. And you're right, with what the veterans are facing to try and get their benefits. Like this gentleman that was just in here at the center the other day, and I called the commander on the phone and talked to her about it. I said, here's what's going on, kept her in the loop. And it's amazing. This poor gentleman didn't even get his appointments, right? And they just made the decisions, and then the decision letter said, oh, well, it's because he didn't show up for his appointments. So I called the 800 number, and they reopened his case, and he left here. He came in, he was upset, a little down, and when he left here, he was so much more upbeat and stuff. And I love seeing our veterans leaving here, getting the help and getting the assistance that they need and a smile on their face. That's huge.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, when you look at the VA and what they do, they do a lot of work to help take care of our veterans. But the challenge is it's such a big organization. It's a bureaucracy. And a lot of times if you're a veteran and you need assistance and you go to the VA, you feel like you're a number or you feel like you're a liability. You don't feel like you're getting the interpersonal connection that you need. You don't feel like you're getting, the one-on-one attention or somebody that really understands what you're going through.
Right.
So I think that's the difference, and that's what we need to do. That's what we need to foster in the communities, is to help, again, get to know who our veterans are and be there for them, be part of the team with them so that they're not struggling through all that in isolation. So
I like the fact also that I get to make all these new friendships. I think that's like a big plus, because you get to know these people, you get invested in their lives and stuff like that, and all of a sudden they have an effect on you that's profound, that, when I was just sitting at home and just not doing anything. So I'm glad that I'm glad that I got involved, is what I'm trying to say. So I really encourage anybody else that's watching this, if volunteering speaks to your heart, I say go for it, because you won't regret it.
Yeah, I think that's another thing that's cool about the center, is that there are, I don't even know, probably 30 different teams that we have created here for ways for volunteers to come and jump in a way that suits them or a way that they are strong in, to be able to give back. There's so many different ways that you can give back. And a lot of times, you give what you get, right? So it's through giving back to others that you find peace with yourself or healing or whatever it is that you may be looking for. So so that's kind of a cool thing here too. I think we've got over 80 active volunteers right now at the center.
Wow.
So there's got to be something that we're doing right here, because
yes,
it's an opportunity to come and do things that you're passionate about or that you love in order to help strengthen our community. And so if you're at all interested, please come on by or email Evie to let her know that you're interested, because we'll put you to work and it'll be good. It's fun, and it's a community. It's friendships that are formed. It's really neat to see, within the different groups of people that we're working with, whether it be veterans that need assistance or veterans who are holding their meetings here, or organizations that are using the building here to find ways to strengthen what they're doing and collaborate and give back, or even working with the veteran-owned businesses. Like, the relationships that are forming because of the existence of the center it's just really neat to see, and to see everything just kind of bloom and take off. So we're really enjoying that perspective here, because it's been, in March it'll be 6 years since this started. So
wow, is it 6 years?
Yeah, the building was purchased in March of 2018. And it's amazing because, of course, the original intent was this was going to be an indoor dog training center for Soldier's Best Friend. And this has all been kind of an experiment. And it has just grown and taken a life of its own. But we've just been very focused on understanding what the needs are as we come across the needs, and start to put a lot of thought into what we're doing, why we're doing it, and how we're doing it, so that we can, help impact the most people in the best ways. So
another thing that I'm really excited about, and I follow along and I try to support as many as I have, is how successful the Veteran-Owned Business Network has been through the center here as well. Can you talk to us a little bit about that? And speaking of one of our veteran-owned businesses, TC is saying hello.
That's Travis with Making Friends. Yep. So that's awesome. It's been really neat to see, like I said, the relationships that are forming amongst these different businesses, because they're all looking to support each other. And it's bigger than that too. I mean, it's great to have this town. Sierra Vista is number 3 in the country for veterans per capita. So it just seems natural to me that we really ought to be doing a lot more things in Sierra Vista that are veteran focused.
Number 3 in the country. That's
3 in the
huge.
country. Yeah, there are a lot of veterans that retire out here in Sierra Vista and Cochise County, and we ought to be looking at ways to grow that, to make this a very veteran friendly community. And so that was one of the things, when we got started, we were like, nobody seems to have a list of who the veteran owned businesses are. How do we create that? So we've done some work to create that here at the center. And then, like I said, it's just been nice to see some of those relationships form. And it's, all kinds of businesses that we've got here, people that run security firms and people that run videography and photography type stuff.
Got printing and printing.
Travis that does, he creates puppets and he loves to bring smiles to kids' faces because, it helps him deal with his own struggles of PTSD because he can now turn that into puppeteering and creating things, which is just amazing. We've got, restaurateurs and food truck folks and video game shops and chocolatiers and just all kinds of stuff. And it's just really neat to see all that come together. So,
what else have you got to share with us today?
Well, we talked a little bit about all the volunteers and the volunteer opportunities here. The other thing I want to say for, wrapping up 2023 is just a huge shout out and thank you to everybody in this community that has joined the fight against veteran suicide. We started to talk a minute ago about the annual report on veteran suicide. We have lost, since the year 2000, we have lost over 6,000 veterans every single year to their own hand.
Could you give us that figure one more time, please?
It's over 6,000 a year.
That huge.
It's horrifying. It is absolutely horrifying. There have been way more veterans lost to suicide than, to the wars that we lose service members. It's just terrible. And it's terrible because it's preventable. Not every suicide is preventable, but for the most part, this extreme number is preventable, and we need to do a better job fighting that. So that's what we say. Join the fight, because we need to fight this like it's a war, and we can do that. We can do that by what I was talking about earlier. It's all about community, getting to know your veterans and working together. So I want to, put a huge shout out there to everybody in this community that supports the Warrior Healing Center, that, does individual fundraisers for us or holds raffles or, just donates in the 22 to End 22 fundraising campaign that we have, because that just asks, if you donate $22 a month, that helps to put an end to the 22 veteran suicides every day. So your help, your awareness, your willingness to get involved, your willingness to get to know who the veterans are in this community, and just if you're talking to somebody and you're starting to get a little concerned that they're in trouble, know what the resources are. If you want to learn more, come talk to us at the Warrior Healing Center. Like I said, we're going to have classes together that are operating this year to help teach you what to say, what to do under those circumstances. But really, it comes down to common sense and community and us looking out for one another. And that's going to be the answer. But in the meantime, it does take the community. So thank you to everybody here, out there, everybody involved, everybody that supports what we're doing here. What we've got here at the Warrior Healing Center is pretty unique. You don't see this. We've looked because, we didn't want to create the wheel if we didn't have to create it, right? This has been kind of we've grown and evolved into what we are. But all the time we're talking with other organizations and working with other organizations. And there really is nothing else out there that exists like the Warrior Healing Center. So we should be really proud in Sierra Vista and in Cochise County to have this here, because what it's doing is making an impact, and it's helping us all as a
huge
community.
Impact.
Yeah, definitely.
In our community, and you can tell just by the people that you've helped.
Yep.
And the gratitude that people have for the Warrior Healing Center. So
yeah. Well, we are excited for fun things to come this year. So stay tuned.
What's on the horizon for 2024?
I'm not going to give it all away right now, but there will be some classes that we talked about. There'll be some new events that are happening.
How about taxes? We got taxes coming up soon, right?
We're going to have some new efforts and emphasis on connecting veterans to the benefits that they've earned. We're going to be focusing harder on that. And then, definitely, January through April, we've got AARP and VITA, who we give the space to so that they can help folks in the community get their taxes prepped at no cost.
Yep.
So that's an awesome opportunity for people that need a little bit of help figuring out what to report to Uncle Sam and how to do that, they can come down here to the center and get that done. So that'll be starting January 24th.
And they don't even have to be a veteran. They can come in here. Anyone in the community can come in and get their taxes done here.
Exactly.
You do not have to be a veteran to get that done.
Yep. So we're looking forward to that. So, and then just all the other programs that we run are going to be continuing at full strength this year. So we're looking forward to that as well. Last night we had, 5 or 6 dogs walking the hallways as they were being trained with Hero Paws and Soldier's Best Friend right here in this building. Yep. So, different ways that we're working with veterans to help them through their challenges. But we are looking forward to a strong 2024. And just want to wish everybody out there a very happy and prosperous 2024.
And then Cheryl says that she will be up here Tuesday afternoon to see Kathy to turn in her paperwork.
Awesome. Well, we'll see you on Tuesday then, Cheryl.
So we're looking forward to seeing you on Tuesday
Happy
as well.
New Year.
Happy New Year to you. So anything else in closing, or does that wrap it up?
I don't know. Why don't you tell me, Mike? Tell me why you volunteer at the Warrior
Why do I
Center.
volunteer here? Because I just feel it's like my home away from home. When I first walked in the door, I was welcomed and greeted. People don't wear their rank. They don't look down at you. There's no. It's like a judgment-free area. You can kind of just come in and be yourself, and that speaks to me. And then I don't know. I just getting involved, I think, was the hugest thing. Because when I got involved, my wife said that she saw a change in my personality, and I can't thank you and Tim enough, and for all the volunteers that work here and put in the hours that they put in. I mean, this really is a great place to come and hang out. And like what you guys did, it touched me. I wanted to order you guys a pizza on Christmas Day because I asked you, I said, do you guys have food on Christmas? They were open on Christmas for people to come in. And I mean, who in town was open on Christmas to, I don't know. It's that kind of stuff, Kathy, that just touches me.
Well, again, we're looking for things in this area of help, right? Mm-hmm. There's a lot of people that want to say they help veterans or that they support veterans, right? And when you go to a baseball game, everybody stand up and do a round of applause for the veterans. Well, right. That's great. That's warm, fuzzy. That's acknowledgement, I guess, right? But when we've got over 6,000 that are dying by suicide every year, we need to step it up. We need to do something more than just, hey, thank you for your service. Now, don't get me wrong. Thank you for your service is important. My dad, Tim's dad, they came back from Vietnam and they had the opposite of that, right?
Right.
It's important that we acknowledge with a basic thank you for sure. But we are at a spot where we are losing hope. Veterans have lost hope, and that's why they're killing themselves. We need to step it up. We need to do more than just, hey, a round of applause, or hey, I'm going to do 22 push-ups a day for 22 days because thank you, veterans. But what is that really doing, right? What we need to do is get in touch, get to know our veterans, and be here for them. And guess what? At the holidays, there's a lot of veterans who struggle for a lot of different reasons.
Right.
A lot of it has to do with the culture in our country, right? Like, we are over-the-top commercialism in this country, and it gets blown up big at holiday time. And if you've got veterans who have served overseas and seen life and death up close and seen the ugly, sometimes that's really hard for them to reconcile. And then additionally, if they happen to be separated from family or friends, they don't have a good social support network, that hits really painfully hard sometimes at the holidays. So yeah, we'll be open for 6-8 hours, however long we were open on Christmas Day, because, we can do that. We've got volunteers that want to do that. We've got people that would prefer to be here than in their homes, so cool. Come on over. We'll watch some football and we'll put some Christmas movies on and,
have some food.
Share some food for sure. Break some bread together, because why not? Because that's good. But you're right. That doesn't happen everywhere. So we're proud that does happen here, and that is an opportunity here, and we will continue to be doing that to the best of our ability. So
I feel that it's a mission driven by God, because we talked about that off camera a lot, and it just does seem to be a mission driven by God.
Yeah, well, we are just open to doing the work that needs to be done, and this is work that needs to be done. So we welcome all of you to join us in 2024 as we continue to do this work and save some lives.
So come on down to the Warrior Healing Center. We're located at 1838 Paseo San Luis in Sierra Vista, Arizona, and we're here Monday through pretty much every day except Sunday, right?
Monday through Sunday.
Monday through Saturday.
The building's open,
Right.
as activities are taking place, and you can always give us a phone call too. We are able to make stuff happen when and as needed, so we do that as well. Yep.
Well, thank you, Kathy, for sitting down and sharing with us the figures and everything and some of the exciting stuff that's happening here at the center. We appreciate you taking the time out and doing that. Thank you very much.
You bet. Thank you.
Happy
Thanks
New
for
Year
coming
to
in
you.
on a Saturday.
Hey.
And enjoy the last day and a half of 2023.
Yes. Now I'm going to go home and have a nice little cocktail and relax and enjoy the football and basketball that's going to be on this weekend.
Sounds good. Happy New Year.
All right, everybody. Happy New Year. Take care. We'll see you next year. And TC, 1 last minute. Great show. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, TC, for joining us, man. Appreciate it very much. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.